Armstrong met My God. Nou, ons is hier in die atelier vanaand met Odile Burden. Sy is, of jy wil, onderwyser by Rustenburg Girls Junior School en daar is 'n baie spesiale konferensie aan die gang met die naam van die Creative Arts Festival 2022. Nou, voordat ons begin met die onderhoud, wil ek gou vir julle vra, onthou julle toe julle op hoërskool was en daar was byvoorbeeld 'n toneelstuk wat julle skool mee besig was en jy was so opgewonde daarvoor, dit was 'n wonderlike produksie, maar dan sien jy, ons kostuums is als hand-me-downs van die thrift shop, of ons props is nie soos wat het moet wees, dit is nie akkuraat aan die tydperkie, of jy het die verhoogligte of sulke goedie. En daai is ongelukkig ietsie wat baie skole in ons land mee sukkel. Die begroting en die befondsing van kreatiewe vakke en kreatiewe net geleenthede vir studente. En dit is so 'n aardige ding wat aan ons hoërskoolstudente veral gebeur en ons laerskoolstudente ook. Want om 'n mens kreatief te kan uitbeeld op so jong ouderdom is van uiterste belang. En ons gaan nou hierso met Odile daaroor gesels met hulle geleentheid wat hulle hierso aan mekaar het, die Creative Arts Conference 2022 wat deur die Rustenburg Girls Junior School aangebied is, sowel as die WKOD en Schoolscape. Welcome to the show, Odile. Just for everyone, I'm going to be conducting this interview in English tonight, a little treat. Welcome to the show, Odile.
Thank you so much for having me, Christian.
It's lovely to have you here. So, I want to kick things off by asking you just to explain to the people at home that might not know about this conference, what is the key element about it? What's this conference about?
Well, this is the second iteration of the Creative Arts Conference, and essentially what's at the core of it is the fact that creative arts education in South Africa is unfortunately marginalised. I come from Rustenburg Girls Junior School, where we are fortunate enough to have a rich history of creative arts spanning 127 years.
Wow.
This means that we're in the position now where the school employs 16 specialist teachers, which is incredible. And we really have a vibrant creative arts department. The fact of the matter is that this is not the case. I mean, not all schools in South Africa are in the position to employ specialist teachers to teach creative arts, meaning that teachers are expected to teach the creative arts curriculum and are expected to provide creative arts opportunities without the adequate training. And so really, Hendrik Marais, the creative arts head at the Rustenburg Girls Junior, had this idea to come together and with like-minded individuals, come together with teachers, come together with experts in the field, come together with students who have a passion for teaching and driving creative arts, and talk about how can we help each other, what have you learned, what are the challenges you're dealing with, let's find a way and let's really just inspire each other.
As somebody, I might be a bit biased here, but as somebody in the creative arts world, I find this to be such an important topic because I hear so many horror stories from friends that went to different high schools than I did, telling us about how, for example, the gym coach gave dance lessons or something like that. And it really is an awful thing to have happen. And it's nobody's fault. Like, the individuals aren't at fault here. It's just a budgetary concern.
Which so often is the case. I mean, look, the core subjects, maths, science, languages, are the core subjects for a reason. They are incredibly important. Unfortunately, the same emphasis and the same budgetary
constraints
are not applied when it comes to the arts. And so we're often having to make do with what we have, which is so unfortunate because creative arts is so valuable to a child's education. If we think about how a child's life can be impacted by exposure to the creative arts. Think about I think of this saying, I think it was by Hans Christian Andersen, and I'm paraphrasing here, where words fail, music begins.
Yes.
And I really think that counts for all of the art forms, whether you're talking drama, performing arts, visual arts, poetry, storytelling. It really provides the space for someone to express themselves, to find their identity, to grapple with issues that they don't really understand, to find community, to form friendship. And that's just one aspect of what creative arts can offer a child. In terms of, if you're talking about how creative arts can aid their development, yes, creatively, yes, by adding creativity to their life, but also it's documented how creative arts improves academic performance.
Oh, definitely.
Just the act of, I'm a violin teacher, just the act of learning a musical instrument, learning how to manipulate a pencil on paper, the motor skills that comes with that. The problem solving. I'm really struggling this passage in this piece is really difficult. How am I going to find a way to make my fingers do what they need to do? The teamwork, playing in an ensemble, the communication that comes with that. In an ensemble, okay, now it's my turn, I've got the melody, now I can play out. Oh, now it's not my turn to play, someone else has the melody, I've got to listen to them. Those kind of skills, empathy, communication, compassion, it just is so much more than just learning the instrument or just writing a poem or just putting on a play.
Of course, this is a core element of a child's childhood, essentially. So we know that this is a massive oversight currently in our current school systems. So can you explain to us what the festival tries to achieve with the conference, what it hopes to achieve, how it tries to address these matters?
So this Creative Arts Conference, being a virtual event, it takes place over 2 days on the 9th and 10th of September. The fact that it's virtual means that it's so much more accessible to so many more people. It means that we have access to experts from all over the world. So we have 4 really fantastic keynote speakers. We've got the head of education and culture from Finland. We have Andrea Zafirako, art and textiles teacher at Alperton Community School in England. We have Vaughan Fleisch-Frischer, the Associate Consultant for the Scottish Curriculum. Dr. Elizabeth Stafford, Director of Music Education Solutions, Editor of Primary Music Magazine. These are real heavyweights in the field, and for us to have access to them is really fantastic. Never mind the host of featured speakers that are speaking from a South African context. These are teachers who are on the ground, working and teaching in creative arts, just sharing what they've learned, the challenges that they've overcome, how they've learned to integrate creative arts into core subjects. And it really just is a place for like-minded individuals, both teachers and university students, to come together and motivate each other, inspire each other, learn from each other, discuss challenges and try to find solutions.
Lovely. So can you tell me, who is this festival open to? Is it exclusively teachers, or is it students as well, or parents?
This festival is really open to everyone. It is aimed at teachers and students, but, just anybody in the creative arts, anybody interested in the creative arts, anybody interested in creative arts education and why it's so important for our youth is welcome to attend. So we are very fortunate to have sponsored tickets to this event, and it's possible to gain access and book your spot to these tickets. Please run and book your spot because they are limited.
So how many tickets are we talking here?
So we have, the original number was 1,000 tickets. It's no longer 1,000 tickets. So tickets are flying. I know that every time we have a report on numbers, it's very exciting about the number of emails that are coming through, queries and people booking tickets. Tickets can be booked on our website, which is schoolscape.co.za/creative-arts. also you can just Google Creative Arts Conference 2022 and you'll find our website.
Lovely. I love it when these types of conferences are really tuned into the digital scape. I find it very interesting that this is an online conference, because usually these types of things are more restricted to a local community, so it's usually in a school hall. So I understand last year was the very first conference that we had. And did it start off as the idea to have it online, or did it develop into something? I stand under correction because I'm new to the team. I see. But this conference was born straight out of COVID, out of the COVID pandemic, where teachers were forced at the drop of a hat to suddenly go online. And it was easier to do the online thing for some schools than it was for other schools. But I really think that it once again just brought to the fore how creative arts and access to quality creative arts education is a marginalized thing, and and this is why it really was the COVID pandemic that sparked the need for this conference. And so coming out of the digital world that we were all thrust into with the COVID pandemic, it was only natural that it did take place on a virtual platform. Lovely. So I understand it's a 2-day conference. Correct. So it's the 9th of September and the 10th of September. Yes. So can you give us a little rundown of what's happening on both days? Yeah, so it starts, I can actually go to the agenda. So it starts on the 9th of September, that's a Friday, at 3 o'clock. Okay. There's a brief word of welcome, and then we start with the first keynote address, which is given by Andrea Zafirako. Then we've got a number of presentations and workshops. We've got, let me see, how many workshops do we have? We've got 3 workshops, another keynote address, a partner address by the Western Cape Education Department, a panel discussion. We carry on with more workshops all the way until 6:20, and then you're done for the day. Okay. The next day starts promptly at 9 a.m. Okay. Where we have another welcome address. We've got keynote discussions. We've got panel discussion, learn to earn, from entrepreneurship to career opportunities. We've got workshops about drama, about storytelling and indigenous languages. Online PD to boost your creative arts teaching. We've got more keynote addresses, and we carry on with workshops all through until 1:50. So it's really just jam-packed. At the same time, while we have the workshops and the keynote addresses, we've also got an exhibitor space, which is very exciting, where the people who offer resources and services in the creative arts sector are setting up virtual booths. Okay. And you can basically browse through and just have a look and gain access and interact with the people who are presenting their products. Well, this sounds like a fantastic conference. Dierbares, ons gaan nou weer terugkom. We will be back shortly here with Odile, I have forgotten your last name. Odile Burden, violin teacher from the Rustenburg Girls Junior School, in conversation with her about the Creative Arts Conference 2022 taking place virtually on the 9th and 10th of September. But for now, please enjoy Revelation Enterprises met God van Wonders.